Yo, what's going on with y'all? It's your boy NeoXO coming back at y'all with another Black Clover video, and today we're going to be talking about Black Clover Chapter 337. Some leaks have come out, so this video will contain spoilers. Be sure to click off if you don't want to know any spoilers for the next chapter, but for those of you who do, next chapter is going to be really good. Be sure to leave a like on the video. Lately you guys have been showing a lot of love. Keep it up. I'm keeping the videos up, and we're gonna get right into this chapter. So starting off this chapter, there is going to be a Black Bulls meeting. So it's pretty cool that last week in last chapter we got a meeting with all of the captains, and now we're getting a meeting with the Black Bulls, because of course the lower ranking Magic Knights were not allowed to go to that meeting because it was for the captains. So this is the part where Noct goes back and kind of informs everyone on what they're gonna do next based on what was learned and what they discussed at the captain's meeting. So Noct tells everyone Asta was mortally wounded and eliminated by spatial magic. Given the circumstances, it's reasonable to assume that he is dead. Regardless of anyone's feelings, that fact remains. However, no matter what reality you consider, I don't believe that he's dead. Not unless I see his dead body, then that means Asta is for sure not dead. So that's pretty cool to see. We know, of course, Asta is not dead. I'll go a little bit into detail on that in a second, but it's just cool to see how much faith that the Black Bulls have in Asta to pretty much go against all reasoning, because Noct laid out the reasoning and he said, yeah, considering what just happened, like we just saw him be injured very fatally with spatial magic. Considering all that, even though he's gone and it seems like he's been eliminated, we're not gonna go with that, right? We're just gonna believe that Asta is still alive. That's faith. That is straight faith, and it's cool to see how much faith that they have in Asta. It shows you exactly how far Asta has come to the point where they're declining all reasoning, because they know Asta is basically the one character who already, just by being born, defies all reasoning. Now here's the really cool and interesting part about this chapter. I looked at this and I was like, ain't no way. So Asta wakes up in a foreign land with a huge scar on his chest. It goes diagonally across his chest. It's huge and noticeable, and it's basically a permanent part of his character from this point on. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool to me, how his appearance has changed to go along with the change that's about to happen, because he has to get stronger, right? So he wakes up and he's confused as to how he is still alive, right? Because Sister Lily seemingly yeeted him, and he doesn't see Mimosa around. So then this is when we get the reveal of the new character. And guys, I'm putting him on the screen right now. He looks exactly like Yami. So you would probably think this is Yami's twin brother. However, apparently this is Yami's childhood friend. So they just look extremely similar. They're not actually twins, if you would believe this. So basically, this is Yami's childhood friend, and we really don't know the full extent of his powers, because he has some very interesting powers seemingly. For example, he knows everything that's going on, and he is in the land of the rising sun. He is not even anywhere within the Clover Kingdom, yet he knows everything that has happened. It kind of seems like he's an all-knowing being. Pretty much he knows Asta's name already, and he tells Asta, if you go back now, you definitely will not win. So I've been saying that. I already said Asta can't defeat Lucius. Whether you agree with me or not, I already know what it takes to defeat someone like Lucius. He's too far removed from a normal character, right? A normal character can train their whole life and never get as strong as Lucius, and that's because he has literal hacks. He has devils. He has all of the devils under his control pretty much. So it's like a normal person would never have that. So it's just, it creates a big gap between every other character in Lucius. And that's not even going into all his powers. So just knowing that Asta, I know, and a lot of people will know, and it seems like this new character knows as well, Asta can't defeat Lucius like this. That means Asta needs to go through something drastic. And what I mean by that is something needs to change. He has to have a ultimate form or something like that, right? The devil union that he has right now seems like it can't win on its own. Maybe he gets a new form, or maybe he gets a new ability to go along with his devil union. Now, getting more into this character right here, as I've said, he knows everything, seemingly. He says to Asta, "You've got a broken heart, and the person who broke your heart, and the man you respect and set your sights on, nearly killed you. It's not pretty to behold." And then Asta is pretty much looking at him very shocked, and he's like, "How do you know this?" And he points to his eye, and he says, "What? I only have to want to see it, to be able to see it." So that is very interesting, and that is our first hint as to what his power is. Now, if it's going off of my opinion, I think this guy is going to be extremely powerful. It seems like it seems like he just knows everything already. It reminds me of Julius in a sense, but Julius's works a little different, I would say. Julius can see the future, and that's how he's able to know what will happen. Nonetheless, though, this new character is very interesting to me. Hopefully you guys think he's an interesting character as well, because that's something I'm very curious to know about going forward into the future. Like, how is this guy connected to Yami? Because there's already two connections that seem apparent to me. The first connection that I see is, obviously, look at how he looks. He looks exactly like Yami. Okay, that's pretty obvious. Secondly, he also has a common interest in Asta. So that's another connection, in my opinion. It's kind of like, and they're both from the same place, and they're already acquainted with each other. So there has to be a deeper connection there, and that's what I'm very curious to know. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. As always, it's been your boy NeoXO. Be sure to check out the officials, because I'm sure there's going to be more information that comes out, you know, and official translations just rock. But with that being said, I'm out.